So to be as frank as I can, you guys have really saved our business. It's actually such a relief to have
Mm.
on Tap Digital take that burden off of me. So you guys have kind of relieved all that off of us, that issue, which getting people to the door, right? The
Mhm.
next job is on us to retain people.
Currently, we are at the best months that we've done together, and it's not the end of the May yet, but we've done 35 sales of the introductory offers. Thank you so much, Min, for joining us today. Can you just tell us a little bit more about yourself and your business?
So I own an F45 franchise called F45 Lake Terra. It's been an interesting business. We started it in September of 2020, me and my business partner. So it's been a very interesting ride, kind of through COVID and through all the ups and downs and the challenges.
Yeah,
So yeah. So that's me.
so that's great. Yeah.
Um, no background in the fitness industry at all, honestly. We worked out with F45. We saw a bunch of results, thought it was an amazing opportunity. Got started, jumped on the idea, and been going ever since.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing. And it's very interesting to just get into the business that you don't really know much about, but you probably are passionate about it. I assume, like looking at you, you're quite fit, and you're passionate about fitness in general. Is that correct?
Honestly, when we started with F45, it was more just business, right? It looked
Mm-hmm.
like a good business opportunity, and we said, okay, let's jump on it. And then all of a sudden, people are like, F45 corporate, and other people were like, oh, people want to see you at the gym. They want to meet the owner, they want to connect with you. And so I actually had to start my own fitness journey. So prior to starting the F45 franchise, I was probably, another 50 pounds on top of what
Mm-hmm.
I have now. So I've lost about 50 pounds with F45.
Wow,
So
that's
truly,
a great
true,
result. So
yeah,
that
true.
F45 delivers. Sorry to interrupt, but looks like it delivers.
Yeah, it delivers results, period.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Oh, thanks. It's interesting. So I'm celebrating. Hooray. So we've been working for 6 months together now. I
Right,
think we started somewhere in the end, very much like end of the November, and
right.
started doing the campaigns. And just wanted to talk with you about how do you feel? What do you feel? What do you think about the results?
So to be as frank as I can, you guys have really saved our business. Through COVID, it's been interesting, and we were just kind of searching for answers and trying to find a way to get consistent results, consistent leads with, we'll call it promise that was going to actually happen. Because,
Mhm.
there's lots of marketing agencies, lots of businesses out there that go, okay, well, we'll run your ads, we'll do this, we'll do that, we'll tweak this, we'll do that for you. But, it never, I won't say it doesn't pan out, but it's a little spotty, it's a little hit or miss, right? So,
Yeah. Yeah, we hear a lot of that. Like generally speaking, this whole industry is a little bit very hard to find something that works out for you. But I'm glad. Thank you for confirming that. But if to talk about the results, so we started with the 7 days free trial as an offer, and in the beginning we tried to drive traffic using that offer, and I believe that it did bring some results, but it wasn't anything massive or excessive. It was just some results. We in the beginning were a little bit concerned, to be honest. Like right in the beginning, we thought, oh, these are like no kind of results we usually get for our clients, and we try to do our best. And you were one of the owners. You were so patient about the results because they didn't kick in right away, and you were so patient to wait until we found our move and groove. And in the beginning, when we analyzed, I think one of the reputable marketing agencies used to run ads for one of your accounts. And when we looked at that, it was like the cost per lead was around 45 or something like that, $45 per lead. It was pretty high when we got started.
I would agree with that absolutely. I don't recall the numbers. But I would say that the cost per lead was pretty high, but their cost was pretty high too. It was one of those things that the franchise kind of goes, okay, you have to use them, and
Mhm.
it's $25,000 a month.
Yeah.
So it's not like it wasn't inexpensive results for sure. So
Yeah, no,
yes,
absolutely. But even talking about cost per lead, isn't it interesting? For example, cost per lead at $45 and we generate 100 leads a month. That means 4.5 grand just into the ad spend. And
right.
if we lower the cost per lead, and currently I think we are quite lucky to break down and get into the algorithm, but currently our leads are coming at $11 per lead
Okay,
for the
that's
whole
awesome.
month of May. So, which means that to generate 100 leads, that would just take $1,100 to be
Right.
precise, to just generate the absolutely same result, which only that alone, like in my opinion, covers the other expenses that you have from, hiring an agency working for you. That's one of the things I think we broke down pretty well.
And I agree with that too, because one of the things that I looked at was we went to this new offer that was kind of a paid offer, which paid offers are great because you get qualified leads in the door, right? If they've already put their credit card, they've already paid money, they're basically paying for the ads for you, right? I mean, if I actually looked at the number of offers we sold, 45 times 21, that's $950. Our budget that you and I set was $1,000 for ad spend,
Yeah.
right? And so basically the ads have already paid for themselves, and that was through May 12th or something, right? Not even through the full month.
Yes,
Um,
exactly. Mm.
so
You're so correct. Yeah.
so my first thought is like, well, the clients are paying for the ads, which is great. Now we are obviously giving them a really good deal, but if you really broke down the deal and you said, okay, well, how much of a discount are we really giving them? We're only giving them about a 50% discount for month one,
Hmm.
right? So if you took our average cost, which was $148, we gave them 1 week free usually, right? So then you cut that by 75%. So you're giving them about a 50% discount for month one. They pay upfront. They don't have to worry about anything. So I think it's fantastic. It's a great offer. And it feels almost like we're relaunching our business. And the gym is packed, which does great for the Google algorithm, right? I mean, when
Hmm.
people come to your facility, Google knows who's coming to your facility and it puts you up there.
Yes.
So lots of visits. So that's my take on it. I don't know if I'm right or if I'm wrong, but that's kind of my take on it right now.
That's a really good point of view. Currently, we are at the best months that we've done together, and it's not the end of the May yet, but we've done 35 sales of the introductory offers, which kind of, you're right, it returned about 1,500 back, which means it covered the ad spend, and everything else is just about making sure those people are taken care of and they really like what they see, and things like that. So this part alone solves a big issue with the business owners who are driving it towards the free offers. Once we realized that, we were never back. We were like, no, let's switch everybody we know. They have to like have a good relationships right from the beginning, and get people who actually voted with their card to come and do some type of activity.
And honestly, we got a lot of people in the door that said we've been thinking about it, we've been on the fence, but this offer was just too good to be true, right? And so we jumped on it. Or people who said, hey, we've looked at we're at other studios and maybe the service is okay, maybe it's decent. We hear good things about your service, but we haven't really had a chance to take the opportunity, but this is just too good of an opportunity, right? So we get a lot of those conversations. The conversions off the top of my head, I haven't looked at May because obviously the month isn't over, right? So their
Hmm.
offers haven't expired yet. But the previous offers, we probably ended up converting about 75% of those leads of the people that walked in the door. I mean, some people took 2 classes for $45 and never came back.
Hmm.
Some people did the whole 30 days and said, we're just looking for a 30-day kickstart.
Yeah.
But most people said, hey, we love it here. We love the things that are going on here. What's the next membership option, right? For us to continue working with y'all. I would say about 75% of those intro offers that came in converted to clients.
This is really awesome to hear, because 75% conversion rate is pretty rare in the industry. Pretty rare I hear anything above 50, which means probably you're also good at what you're doing, like in terms of service and offering people to stay, we're probably good at it. But I'm just wondering, do you know approximately, like in the last 6 months, how many members did you grow by?
I would say about 60 or 70 members.
60 or 70,
Yeah.
so we added those. That's pretty decent for the 6 months time. But I think going forward, since we already added, like we've only been doing Facebook and Instagram ads. Currently we added Google ads. We're still in the testing stage for TikTok. Plus we're doing our super kind of successful prospect boomerang campaigns from time to time. I think we will be sorted in terms of the numbers and what we are getting in through the doors. And
Right.
that's just like kind of the complexity of the whole program.
So, I mean, like I said, I think you guys are doing a fantastic job. It's really interesting to see, we came to you guys via referral. A lot of our members have started referring us through that offer. They go, man, it's such a good offer. I'll pay for my friend to come. Right. So our current members are like, we think it's such a good deal. Now, will I pay for my friend this for 150 bucks? Probably not, but I'll pay them. I'll pay
Yeah.
their number just so they can come and try it.
Yeah, it means that they really value the offer. Yeah, they see the value in it.
I know I was a little hesitant. I really didn't like to, I felt like we were undercutting a little bit, but once you really kind of took a step back and realized what is it that you're really doing, it's just, in my opinion, once you walk through the door at F45, you're sold. The workouts are amazing, the trainers are amazing, the people are amazing. It's just an awesome product. We just got to get people to the door. And that was the conversation you and I talked about, was even in the beginning when we first started talking, I said, our issue isn't that when they get to the door, they'll sign up. They'll probably sign up. Our issue is that getting them to the door, right?
Yeah.
So that was kind of what we originally first started talking about. And, you delivered on getting them to the door.
Yeah, that's great. Well, thank you. What would you say to someone like talking about the F45 franchise? I'm trying to get through and try to get more F45s on board. So what would you say to another F45 gym looking to get their marketing in place?
I think the 90-day guarantee is fantastic, right? So it's 90-day guarantee, 90 people to the door, right? So your math in your head is kind of easy, right? 90 people to the door. What's your conversion rate? If your current conversion rate is 50 or better, or even 40 or better, right? And then you can kind of do the math and go, could I add that value and spend, the money to get those people to the door to give myself a jump start?
Yeah.
And, it depends on the studio owner, right? So I spoke to a studio owner actually yesterday or the day before, and he and I were chatting, and that is his full-time job, right? He's a studio owner. That's what he does, right? For me, this is not a full-time job, right? This is an additional business that we have. You guys actually act as an extension of our marketing arm, right? And it's consistency too, right? I think it's actually a power that you guys are not in the US, right? And I think a lot of people have negative issues about hiring organizations outside the US.
Yeah.
But the first challenge everybody from the US says is, I don't want to hire a company from not the US because they don't speak English well. Your staff speaks English perfectly well. I think that's number one. I think the second thing that people worry about when they say, I don't want to hire a organization outside the US because it's off hours. Actually, I don't like to answer the phone at 9, 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night, right? When I'm supposed to be either asleep, spending time with my family, or doing other things, right? It's actually such a relief to have on Tap Digital take that burden off of me and go, hey, from the hours of whatever, because that's the time people actually inquire, right? Nobody's inquiring about the gym from 9 to 5. They're inquiring the gym at 5, 6, 7, 8, 11 o'clock at night when they're in their bed going, oh, I really need to get fit. I need to get in better shape. And it's 11 o'clock at night and they're eating some bonbons, right? And they're going, I need to get in better shape. That's when they go, oh, I see an ad. And they click on it, right? That's when, and then when they click on it, the funnel responds and says, hey, hey, is this Lana? Yes, it's Lana. Hey, are you interested in our offer? And then they have questions, so is this made for me? Is this, is this that? And I don't want to be sitting there at 11 o'clock at night responding to messages when I should be asleep, right?
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Everyone knows though, but as soon as the lead comes in, you need to strike while the iron is hot. right? If you let it go stale, next hour, next week, they may be already signed up with somebody else. Or if it's a simple thing like 24-hour fitness where they go click 3 buttons and you sign up for a gym membership, people will feel like they've accomplished something just by signing up for a gym membership, right? Now you're out the
Yep.
door.
Mm-hmm.
So, and like I said, it's not my full-time job, so I don't have all day to sit there and remember I got to respond to messages. We need
Yeah.
somebody like yourself. And the person who referred me to y'all said the same thing to me. He goes, "Are you interested in responding to messages at 7 o'clock at night?" I said, "Well,
Mm-hmm.
no, not really." Right? Do you want to be passing out flyers? Right? I used to pass out flyers in the afternoon. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't really want to, but that was kind of
Yeah.
the only way I knew how. So you guys have kind of relieved all that off of us, that issue, which getting people to the door, right? The
Mm-hmm.
next job is on us to retain people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for sharing. It actually happened from right what you're talking about in the beginning. Like most of the agents, you just had that, like you get the leads, you respond to the leads, things like that. I quickly noticed that actually it doesn't work. Our studio owners are so busy. Most of the time, they either have like they're running a second business or they have a job on top of like other things. Responding to messages and just taking care of them 7 days a week, every day is just really preventing the burnout from someone who's running the business in
It is
some way.
absolutely. I agree.
Yeah.
It's mentally draining to be going, it's Sunday afternoon. Somebody's going to text me about the offer because that's when they search. Again, they'll search on
Yep.
Sunday afternoons, Saturday afternoons. It's not like they're doing it from 9 to 5 when you're supposed to be working, right?
Yeah, totally, totally. Well, thanks for sharing that insight. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for jumping on the call today and sharing like your insights and the results.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.